Let's get to Elaine Cobb. Elaine Cobb is our reporter on the ground in France. Elaine, what can you tell us?
Well, so far it's still unfolding. There's not an awful lot of concrete information coming out. But the local newspaper there had one of its reporters actually in the crowd waiting to watch the fireworks, the traditional Bastille Day fireworks down there. And he said this truck, a large transport truck, drove straight at the crowd and plowed into the crowd and kept going. There were unconfirmed reports that then police opened fire to stop it. The paper has posted on its website pictures of the truck riddled with bullet holes, which would seem to support that. And there were also tweets on the local newspaper site of local people saying, take shelter in doorways of the way, we're not sure what's happening.
Yeah, all right, let's reset for our viewers. If you are just joining us here on CBSN, we are reporting on the breaking news that is still happening in France right now. We know that there is a truck that has crashed into a crowd of people celebrating the annual Bastille Day celebration, which is, for us here, would be the equivalent of the 4th of July, our Independence Day. This truck appears to have plowed into a crowd of people. The mayor of Nice has already tweeted out. He has tweeted that the driver of this truck has left several people dead. He is asking citizens of Nice to stay indoors, and he promises that more information will be forthcoming. And Elaine Cobb is joining us right now from France. Elaine, you say that the police may have exchanged or fired into that truck. There are people on Twitter right now that are saying that they did hear shots fired.
Yes, but let's not forget that the fireworks were starting at the same time, and that could so easily sound like gunfire. And it's very similar, particularly if you're at a certain distance from it. But we do know there were quite a number of scenes of panic there as people fled. France still somewhat on edge after all the attacks last year. And the very fact that it's July 14th was already a day that people had said, you know, this is one of those days when you have to be careful. Security here in Paris, all around the Eiffel Tower and the Champ de Mars, where the fireworks are going on here, is huge. There's an entire swathes of the city have been blocked off so that people could not get through. So there's been a lot of concern about it. Now, I've also seen that the first responders, the ambulance services and the fire services in Nice have been brought out in force. They're on the scene. They're helping people who've been either hit by the truck or who were hurt in the movement of panic, because, of course, the crowds just moved and fled as everybody thought, we don't know what this is, let's just get away.
And we're seeing that video right now, Elaine, showing the crowds of people sort of running away from the scene of this driver who plowed into the group of people celebrating the Bastille Day ceremonies. Whilst we are still waiting for information, because the situation is very, very fluid, let me just let our viewers know what the equivalent, as I pointed out, Bastille Day is the equivalent of our 4th of July holiday. So it's it's probably the biggest national holiday in France. It obviously commemorates the July 14th storming of the prison, the Bastille prison in France, which helped launch the French Revolution, which changed France forever. And so this is a massive celebration. And Elaine, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Nice, where it sits, but you can give us, since you are in France, a lot more information about Nice, which does sit in the Alpes, Provence, Côte d'Azur region of France.
Yes, Nice is, you know, one of the chic cities in France. It's the Promenade des Anglais is where people stroll, where the jet set go, where the wealthy go to summer. It's right by Saint-Tropez. It is that part of the Côte d'Azur that everybody wants to be at. So it is a very beautiful old town with a long history, and it's somewhere that people, you know, it's associated with sunshine and summer, and it would be full of people at the moment, not just locals, but also everyone trying to go there on vacation, foreigners, French people. It's very much somewhere to see and be seen.
Absolutely. It is the fifth largest city in France, so it is a very, very big city and does sit on the water's edge there. As Elaine points out, it is a place where you go to be seen. It is a place for the jet set, and now it appears to be a place that has left, according to the mayor of Nice, dozens of people dead after a truck has rammed into a crowd of people celebrating the July 14th Bastille Day, commemorating the start of the French Revolution, a big, important holiday in France. Earlier this morning, I know, Elaine, in Paris, French President François Hollande celebrated Bastille Day. There was a flyover from the French Air Force, and so you would normally expect to see people partying into the late hours there. All right, Elaine is still on the phone with us, but she is getting information, as we are, to try and understand and figure out exactly what is happening, what has happened in Nice, France. But